Exodus, the second book of the Old Testament, tells the inspirational story of how God heroically rescued the chosen people from bondage in Egypt. And like the burning bush that appeared to Moses, God's benevolent behavior in Exodus reveals a colorful, fiery personality that burns brightly, but never burns out. Exodus states that the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt for 430 years by Pharaoh, who was worshipped throughout Egypt as a god himself. One might ask, why did God allow the chosen people to be enslaved in the first place? Wouldn't it have been easier to just skip that part? No. Where was I? Ah, yes. God heard their cries.
Hooray!
First, God sent Moses before Pharaoh with a message. And when simple, direct communication failed to impress Pharaoh, God responded with, well, more colorful tactics, sending 10 rather nasty plagues. The Egyptians' water turned to blood. They were swamped by an army of frogs. This was followed by gnats, flies, diseased cows, boils, firestorms, locusts, darkness, and the death of all the Egyptians' firstborn children. Again, you might ask, couldn't God have found a less disgusting and tragic way to free the chosen people? Or perhaps eliminate Pharaoh directly? Yes? But no! Pharaoh, disheartened by the plagues that ruined his land and took his son, decided to free the Israelites. But then, God hardened Pharaoh's heart and sent him off in pursuit of the, chosen people. The Egyptian army pursued the escaped Israelites, trapping them by the banks of the Red Sea. With God's now well-established flair for the dramatic, God parted the water for the Israelites, but closed the sea again as Pharaoh's army gave chase. Finally, the Israelites were saved. And now God would lead them directly to the promised land of Canaan. After a 40-year detour in the harsh and unforgiving wilderness, where most of them, including Moses, would die before ever reaching the promised land. And so we see, Exodus really is the simple story of the chosen people being delivered almost immediately out of slavery by our benevolent and all-powerful God.